If you've been waiting for fall hauls to start, then you're in the right place. And let me tell you, today I have got a haul for you. I visited Hobby Lobby a few weeks ago just to see what they had new for the fall season, and I immediately started making my list. As soon as things hit 40% off, I went online, I ordered some things, and things surprisingly sold out so fast online, but I knew I had seen them in my store, so I went back and I picked those up, and I thought I would share those items with you today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meredith and welcome to It's a Cozy Life. If you love all things cozy, decorating, coffee, seasonal inspiration, you live for the Burr months, then I invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join me here as I build a cozy little community of friends. Let's go ahead and get into this haul. I do want to preface this by saying last year I didn't buy any fall decor. And this year, before purchasing anything, I went through all of my bins. I ended up getting rid of 2 bins of decor. A lot of it was stuff that I'd had for a while, and it really just didn't fit in with the vibe that I was trying to create in the house anymore. I'm trying to lean into vibrant color. I am getting away from the millennial gray. It seems very, like, I know everybody loves that clean girl aesthetic, the neutrals and all of that. And there's a little part of me that still loves my neutral decor. Like, there is a place for it. Obviously, I have my neutral sofas, but I'm really loving the pops of color. So I got rid of a bunch of decor, and I may have went a little overboard, but I'm very excited. And each of these pieces I chose very intentionally. I am also going to be adding Halloween decor to my house this year. In previous years, I've added a little smidge here and there, but this year I really want to add a lot more. So let's get into this haul and let me show you what I got. I did get everything 40% off. I'm going to start off by sharing, as you can see behind me here, I've got a couple of little weenie dogs, so I love anything with Dachshunds on it. And a couple of years ago, they had the black and tan Dachshund. This year, they have the blonde, like golden Dachshund, and I had to get the cup and the plate to match my other set. So this is going to look really cute up in the dining room with the other set. And I have one to represent my other dog, Sandy. She is kind of a lab pit mix. So I have another set to kind of represent her. So I'm pretty excited to have this to represent all of them. They had like another one that had a black and tan, like taller, bigger dog on it. I only came home with this one because how could I not? Jumping in the leaves, plus it's fitting the pops of color, and I'm loving the dark green pumpkins. And if by chance you've seen my coffee bar decor video from a couple of years ago, you will know how much I love coffee. I am a coffee girly, and every year I have to hear my husband complain about how many coffee cups I've bought. This one I don't count because, of course, it's decor. I'll probably still drink out of it. But I did declutter a few coffee cups and I made room for some new ones. So I really loved this warm and cozy because this is the exact vibe that I'm wanting to create for my home, is warm and cozy. Also, this color is everything. It is like the perfect shade of orange. I picked up 2 of the little glass cups. I've been seeing these everywhere, and I know they're supposed to be Anthropologie dupes. I've never shopped at Anthropologie. I've only seen these on people's like TikToks and stuff, but I do think that they're super cute. I love the little brown leaves on this one. I can't wait to put like my tea in here. It's just very autumnal, and I love the look of these. I had a couple more of these at home that were Halloween vibes, so excited for those as well. I found another glass there. I'll insert a photo of it because who knows where it went to, but it is an orange glass with pumpkins on it. It was only $5.99 regular price, which shocked me because these were $13.99 before the 40% off. So with the 40% off, that one was only like $3 and something, and it was way prettier in my opinion than these. And bigger. If you can find one, the quality is amazing, and I think it was perfect. In my opinion, it's going to be perfect for iced coffee. Next up, I got this little tabletop tree. I really wanted this to go in my living room. I think to go beside my little reading chair. Hello, Marvin. He is obsessed with florals and especially anything that lights up. So I got this for the living room. It's going to fit perfect on my little table there beside my reading chair. And the colors are really going to make that room pop. I feel like their rug selection at Hobby Lobby is always really good, and the price. I like to use this outside, so I lied. I bought one fall thing last year, and it was the outdoor Snoopy rug. I am obsessed with anything Snoopy, and I grabbed that last year because I missed it the year before. So I didn't put it out though. I think that's why I forgot about it. I bought it, but I didn't put it out. So I got this to go underneath it to put out front. I can't wait to do that this year. That is going to look so good out there. And I'm, again, loving the pops of orange with the brown and the plaid. Believe it or not, I only bought one floral stem, which is kind of abnormal for me. But again, I already have so many. And I was trying to figure out how to use most of them as it was. So this one I did not see in the store, but when I saw the blues, these are the exact shades of my living room. So we are in the process of giving our living room a little mini makeover. Again, I'm moving away from the like millennial gray and moving into like more warm tones. So we got couch covers that are this shade of blue. I've added the burnt oranges and the mustard yellows, and that's kind of going to be our everyday decor in there anyway. So I thought this would look perfect in there, especially for fall. I'm going to put it in, I believe, one of the dark amber vases. I have several of those from the last few years. I grabbed this cute little sun catcher, and I think I want to put this in my little kitchen window. So one thing that I really don't care for with our home is that my kitchen window actually looks into this room that I'm sitting in right now because this was an addition. I really wish I had a kitchen window that looked out into the yard, but it's okay. I have made peace with it, and I've decided that I'm just going to create the illusion that I'm looking outside from there. So I thought adding a little sun catcher in the window, and I'm just going to like fix that up really cute, and the little sunflowers on here I thought would add a lot of warmth to that. I've really been wanting to add more like little woodland creatures. So a couple of years ago I started adding some foxes and raccoons. I think I've got like some little squirrels and stuff like that, and just adding them in the kitchen, on the coffee bar, and in the dining room and stuff. But I didn't have an owl, and I thought this guy was really cute. It is like you can put a little tea light in here so it will glow. And regular price, this was $13.99, so the 40% off made this super affordable. I couldn't say no to him. I am like the wild animal whisperer here, because even though we live in a residential neighborhood, it is almost like we live in like a wild kingdom almost. I have raccoons, possums, a skunk even. We have bunnies, we have squirrels. I have like a squirrel I've nicknamed Winslow that like comes and lives in our flower bed. So we have a lot of little wildlife creatures that come, and I do tend to feed them. So I think this guy's going to fit in really good with the little like, animal kingdom that I'm building in the den or in the dining room and the kitchen this year. Speaking of the kitchen, I was really in need of updating my drying mats. I think I have a sun flower one that is probably like 5 years old. And when I pulled it out this year and washed it, it looked really rough. So I grabbed 2 this year. I really liked the pumpkin one, but then I turned and I saw this leaves one, and the coloring, it just looked really beautiful. I am a little conflicted though, because after I got this, I couldn't decide if I wanted to put it in the kitchen or if I actually wanted to use it in my bedroom to put the cat's food and water bowl on. Some pictures in our bedroom that have these tones in them, and I thought this would be really good to put under her food and water dish. So I may end up putting that there and then keeping this one in the kitchen. We'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. You can't go wrong with some solid dish towels. These have some little pumpkins on them. I really just wanted something that was a solid color. I have Snoopy ones where he's kicking leaves, so I thought these would go really well with those. I've never bought candles from Hobby Lobby, but I will say I was smelling them this year and they all smelled amazing. I didn't splurge on the big candle, but I did get one of the little tins, and I got the Harvest one. This thing smells amazing. So it's candied ginger, nutmeg, buttered maple, cinnamon sticks, apple, vanilla bean, and brown sugar. It smells like, this is how I want my kitchen to smell all year round, but especially during fall. And actually it makes me want to go make some cinnamon rolls right now. So definitely the Harvest one smelled good. They had a few others. They were not really my jam. This is my jam. And now I'm kind of regretting that I didn't get the big one. I grabbed a hand soap. I also have never got a hand soap from Hobby Lobby, but they had this one on an end cap and it was on clearance. So I figured, why not? That's a big bottle. It was $6.49. So I figured it wasn't on the 40% off because they have it marked as a gift, but that is a big bottle. It'll last for quite a while. And it's in the Harvest Medley scent, so I bet that's going to smell amazing. And if there's one thing about me, it's if they have it in different colors, I'm going to get every color. I've never been drawn to mushrooms, but I think because I kind of have that like wildlife foresty theme going on, I couldn't say no to these mushrooms. I love the velvety texture, and these colors are stunning. Like, I have some pumpkins that are the same colors, and they did have velvet pumpkins to match these. They're $7.99 before the sale, but I mean, look at that green. They're just, I figure I can put like, kind of stack them around on the coffee bar, and they're going to look really cute. These next items don't go in with the Woodland theme, and they really don't fit in at all, except for the fact that I have Highland cow pictures, which my everyday decor in my house is such a mashup because I've never decided on a style. That's something I really want to work on, and just making my house feel cozy and just very homey. But I have 2 Highland cow pictures, and it's kind of a joke. My grandmother's name was Flossie, and she always joked that her and her sister, whose name was Bessie, were named after cows. And so I jokingly named my pictures Flossie and Bessie. And then I found these little Highland cows in the fall decor, and this one's wearing little glasses, and this one's got the little sunflower, which resemble the pictures that I bought, and I couldn't help but get Flossie and Bessie. These will probably stay out all year round, and I think they're going to sit in the little kitchen window. All right, let's talk about a couple of pictures. So these I ended up ordering online. I love the little double stack, like smaller pictures. This was $12.99, then the 40% off of that. I'm thinking we'll probably put these in our bedroom to go with this larger picture. And this one was $26.99 before the discount. I love the colors on this, and I love that this could be like a year-round picture for my taste. This may go in the bedroom for the fall, and then transition to the living room for year round. Oh, I almost forgot. For the kitchen, I did get a floor mat. This is not as vibrant as I wanted, but I do have pictures that have the kind of blue. Sandy. The picture with the like bluish pumpkins. So I got this set of pictures here. Not sure yet where this was going, but this was too cute for me to pass up. Again, $12.99 and then 40% off on that one. And I said I love everything Snoopy. I almost paid full price for this one. I did not want to leave him behind when I went for my like little walk through the store. I put him in the cart twice and took him out because I couldn't justify paying $30. But as soon as things hit 40% off, this sucker was in my cart and I checked out. So, yay. I'm so excited to have the Snoopy. At Christmas time, you'll see that I have quite the Snoopy collection. So, stay tuned for that. And my Scarecrow needs a pumpkin patch to look over. So, I got this piece here. I got this one to go on our mantle. It was $36.99 before the discount. Just a couple more items to go. So I didn't realize that these were a viral thing, but I had to grab some of the cool little candles, pumpkin candles. I grabbed 3 of them because I ended up seeing them on somebody's video and I was like, oh, that's where they got those. Although I think somebody else, I saw somebody say these are also from Anthropology dupes maybe. Anyway, I grabbed 3. I thought those are going to look really beautiful. Probably on the mantle in the dining room. Editing Meredith here. I cannot believe I forgot these. They were in another box, but I had to grab these. I think I'm going to put these around the coffee bar. So I grabbed the bookstore one and the coffee shop one. Both of these were sold out online, and my Hobby Lobby only had a couple left of each of them. So if you've been eyeballing them, I would suggest grabbing them sooner rather than later. And then the last thing I got technically isn't fall decor, but it is for me to make fall decor. I'll insert a picture here from Pinterest of what I'm going to make. I'm ready to get back into my granny hobbies. I have not done them in like 10 years. So getting back into knitting is one thing that's on my bucket list this year. I have always been a crafter, but this year I'm going to craft hard. And I'm excited. They had a great deal on the yarn. So I'm going to make some of these little plushies that I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to work on blankets. But I grabbed four skeins of yarn. This is the come back here for the granny hobbies. After 11 years of caregiving and then a year and a half of grieving, I'm to a place where I'm getting back to finding the things that I did before I started that caregiving journey. And it's a little bittersweet, but I think this is probably one of the things that I was the happiest to buy. Just because it reminded me a little bit of who I was before that whole journey started. And it gives me a little bit of nostalgia and kind of reminded me of, you know, the person I used to be. And it's going to help me create this feeling, not just within myself, but in my home, that just because my mom isn't here anymore doesn't mean that she's not still within me. And she taught me a lot of these things. And the best way that I can honor her is by doing the things that she taught me and that I loved because of her. Things like my little granny hobbies, knitting. The sewing was from my grandma, but cooking, baking, making a house a home. And that is what I plan on doing. So I hope you will stick around and Let me know, what do you intend on picking up from Hobby Lobby, if anything, this year? And when are you going to be decorating for fall?